Okay, I want to welcome everybody to our last day of our 12 days of health and happiness. Even though it's our last day, what we're doing is we're combining the day 11 and day 12, just so we can give you back some extra time. But the spotlight for tonight is going to be Joyome. Let me show you what we have here. We're going to have Joyome, and then we're also going to talk about the lifetime or opportunity of a lifetime. But we're going to go first with this here. And if you don't know, this is I would say it's one of our newest products, and it's a top of the line skincare product. And I think when you hear some of the testimonies tonight, you're going to want to try it. I know you're going to want to try it because as a guy, I wanted to try it. But I'm going to give you a little disclaimer. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. We're not paid actors. We're just regular people that love our products, and we just want to share it with people that we love as well. And tonight we have a number of ambassadors here. Like I said, are just regular people who have come to love these products, and just because of that, they decided to join and make some extra income while doing so. Anyway, I ran out of Joyome, and Jana ordered me a new box, so I figured I'd just save it till tonight so I can open it. And it's kind of funny for a guy to talk about skincare, but we're going to read about the benefits and the features of these products. Let me just take them out of the box. And this product has two different, what would you call them? Serums, two different types of serums that you would use, a day one and a night one. And does somebody want to read the benefits and the features of this product?
I'll read them.
And it's a lot of information on here, so just go ahead and read them, because I think it's real important they get to know what's been put into this here.
Well, on the benefit side, it addresses all the top signs of aging, including the appearance of expression lines, crow's feet, frown lines, oversized pores, dark circles, under-eye puffiness, dullness, dryness, loss of elasticity, uneven texture, age spots, redness, and environmental damage. It restores a healthy balance to your skin microbiome with a patent-pending microbiome balancing complex that increases the beneficial microbe S. epidermis and combats the damaging microbe S. aureus. The Illuminating Day Serum visibly reduces the appearance of expression lines like crow's feet and smile lines. It plumps and hydrates, leaving skin feeling soft, smooth, and hydrated. It reduces the appearance of visible pores. It diminishes the appearance of dark circles and puffiness. It improves the appearance of skin firmness and elasticity. It enhances brightness and radiance. It helps to control oil for a luminous matte finish. It quenches and rehydrates thirsty skin. The Intensive Overnight Repair Serum helps with deep lines and wrinkles looking visibly reduced, visibly tighter, firmer, and more lifted looking skin. It gently resurfaces for smoother, more radiant looking skin, diminishes the appearance of age spots, reduces the appearance of redness for more even tone, helps replenish and protect skin's moisture barrier, and it's lushly moisturizing. And so some of the features include, if you order both of them, both the Illuminating Day Serum and the Intensive Overnight Repair, and they do come together, or you can order them separately, but I love using them together. 11 active ingredients at clinically studied levels to correct all the visible signs of aging. And I think that's really important that they have been clinically studied. It has patent-pending microbiome balancing complex to protect from age-accelerating environmental aggressors, patented hydrolipid delivery system that enhances the absorption of active ingredients, free from over 1,400 questionable ingredients, including GMOs, BHA, BHT, ethanolamines or something like that. A lot of words that I can't pronounce, but they're obviously bad for us because they left them out. 60-day supply, and that's an important thing too. When you get the two of them together, and you use them as directed, it'll last you 60 days. So that's an even better bargain. And so it's really simple. All you have to do is wash your face or clean it with your favorite cleanser, and then gently apply 3 pumps of Joyome onto your face and neck. And in the morning, you just do that, and then you can follow, ladies, with whatever normal daytime you use with makeup or whatever, and at night, you just clean your face and put the Joyome, and you're done. And the featured ingredients are a lot more things that we probably can't pronounce, but they relax and soften the appearance of crow's feet, forehead creases, and other expression lines. Hyaluronic acid, nature's moisture magnet that quenches the skin with moisture by absorbing 1,000 times its weight in water. Red clover extract to control excess oil and help the pores. Niacinamide, a radiance-boosting B vitamin. Isorol peptide reduces the appearance of dark circles and under-eye puffiness. Ceramides enrich and hydrate the skin to reduce the appearance of wrinkles. And in the intensive overnight repair, retinoid ester. It's a special retinoid, and it renews plumpness and softens the appearance of bothersome deep lines and wrinkles without irritation. Matrixyl peptide, skin appears smooth, firm, and fill. Azelaic acid minimizes the appearance of troublesome age spots and a brightened skin tone. Lactic acid gently exfoliates dull surface cells to reveal brilliant skin below. And bakuchiol conditions and enhances skin clarity.
That's a lot of stuff. Yeah, thank you, Kathy.
A lot of stuff.
A lot of stuff. And you know, if you remember when they first announced this at the, I believe it was convention, when they came out with it, and they had a doctor who actually was part of the study process that they had, the clinical studies, and she was more than convinced with the results that they were getting, and I believe she even said that she's never seen a product that had those type of results so quickly.
Yeah. So. She's a California dermatologist, and I think, didn't she also have like a double PhD from Harvard and MIT or something?
She had a very impressive resume. I mean, they obviously picked the right person to, to look at the product and see what it actually does. I mean, so I was impressed just listening to her explain how the thing works, because when you tell people, how would you tell somebody it works? I mean, in layman's term, how would y'all say it?
I feel the moisture when I use it, and I can feel over the period of time that I've used it, I've seen the visible reduction of the crow's feet. I've seen visible reduction of puffiness and dark circles, and the redness. My skin gets red very easily just being awake. It turns red, and so this has reduced that. And I know I like to watch the shopping channels, and they have all these wonderful makeup products, and they're all talking about the lactic acid, and they're talking about the peptides, and they're talking about the hyaluronic acid. So the big names in beauty and much more expensive than this, they're all talking about it, and I think we've taken it to another level.
Well, thanks, Kat. Anybody else have anything to share on the Joyome?
I want to share this.
Okay.
This is what I've used before. Can you guys see it?
Yep, all those.
Wow.
Full, a lot of wasted money. I've given all this up for the Joyome. I use nothing else on my skin other than a face wash and the Joyome. So I was able to clean all of that out of my bathroom cabinet, the little basket I had, and now it's empty except for my face wash and the Joyome. I don't use a separate eye cream anymore. I don't use a toner. I don't use an exfoliator. I just use my face wash and the Joyome. And my skin has never, ever been this hydrated with anything else that I've ever used. And what I like about it, too, is it's not a greasy hydration. It feels perfectly natural, and my skin feels like it should feel. It doesn't feel tight. It doesn't get flaky. And it doesn't feel oily or greasy.
Yeah.
So I like the fact too that it's going to last for 60 days if you use just the 3 pumps.
Uh-huh.
Unless you're
You
a
know.
guy like me, because I made the mistake, and I'm a guy. I don't usually use these things, but one day I had a lot of it on my face, and Jana goes, "What's that stuff on your face?" I said, "Joyum," and she goes, "How much did you put?" I said, "Well, I skipped like 3 days, so I figured I'd put 3 days worth in one day." She goes, "You can't do that," so I was trying to catch up.
Yeah, it's tempting to use more, but I limit myself to the 3 pumps.
Yeah.
That way I know it'll last. And it's great because I put a little reminder on my phone, whenever I order it or whenever I open it, so I know about when to order it again.
What I've noticed
In
from
60 days.
what I've noticed from the testimonial pictures that we posted, and probably a lot of you guys are in those pictures, but I noticed that I think because it talks about skin tone, but you notice like an even tone of skin, like even myself and my wife, you can tell that it's just a kind of an even tone that it gives out,
It's a glow.
a glow. There you go.
It just makes you look better, I think. We can all use that. But I had some deep lines coming around my mouth in here, and they were starting to really bother me. And so now that I've used Joyome since it was introduced, they've really diminished. So I'm excited about that. The crow's feet are greatly diminished. So I'm all for that.
I'd like to add,
Sorry, go ahead.
oh, when first got it, I had both bottles sitting out, and it was after my shower, and I thought that I had moved my night one out of the way and had my day one. I did not. I went and took a picture after I had it on my finger, and I'm like, them are blue dots, not the pink dots. So anyway, I was like, well, I ain't gonna waste this. So I put it on, and instantly when it started drying, I noticed in my pores that they were sealing them up. And I mean, it's just amazing, and all my pictures now I see, like we were talking, that glow. And it was like my face, it just feels baby butt smooth. Even when I'm washing it in the morning, it's smooth washing it, and then I'm smooth after it's clean. And, and it's amazing stuff, So I know, I wish we could get more people, nope, costs too much. And it's really not, because 98% of the time, I get by with just 2 pumps, and it's like, and then I do my night, and I'm a terrible person. I don't wash my face at night, and I just put it right on, and actually I've even been kind of doing a test. I quit wearing base makeup. Well, now all of a sudden I just started trying, but it's like I don't really care for, I didn't have massive lines, but I do still have some. And then it's like I don't want to see the makeup in my, stuck in my face. So I turn around and been putting the base on, and then I'll put 1 pump of the night serum, blend it in, and it's just, I don't know what it does, but I really like how that ends up looking. It doesn't make me look like my makeup on.
Well, the question I have for you guys, like Tina, you had shown how much product that you're not having to buy anymore.
Oh, for sure.
How much do you think you're not spending anymore on products versus how much we spent on the 2 bottles?
For me, I was always buying different products because I was never ever being satisfied with what I had gotten. It would be the greasy, dry it out, and then I'd end up being blotchy, and so I was always trying and buying different products, and now it's like absolutely no. That part of my life is done. Joyme's the winner for life.
Same here. I've bought so many different products, and I have very sensitive skin, so I can use the Joyome. So I think anyone that has sensitive skin would be okay with it. And that's my problem. I would buy certain things and spend, not cheap. I'm talking like $100 or something for, you know, these lotions and cleansers, and then not to be able to use them. And unlike us, when you buy, you know, from a cosmetic store or a department store, you can't usually take it back and get your money back. So it just goes to waste. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all that stuff, but I know I'm saving money because I've cut out a number of different creams and lotions and things that I was using before.
Yeah, and I had my
So
wife,
I had a
Jana,
I
clean
had
her
a
bathroom.
sunspot right here that has gotten lighter. It was like right here. And this is the only thing that's ever lightened that for me. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, you know, because I really feel sorry for women because, you know, guys we don't typically use skincare, but I do see the benefit of it because it's, you know, I tried it thinking, well, what can it really do? And then I did notice, you know, I had a lot darker eyes beforehand, and I had, I guess, just small wrinkles around my eyes as well. But Jana herself, like she did, like you did, she emptied out her bathroom of stuff that she no longer needed, and I really kind of felt bad because, you know, she spent a lot of money on products that she said, you know, they make these tremendous claims, but they don't have a money back guarantee. So we did talk about that. She said they don't have a money back guarantee. You spend a lot of money on these other products, and then they don't work. And that's so I do see the advantage where, you know, we have that money back guarantee where people can at least try Joyome. You know, they can try it for
Right.
50 days.
And we have samples too.
Yeah, we do. And, you know, just because men don't generally use skin products doesn't mean they shouldn't. And especially as guys get, you know, they hit 40 and above, and if they're still in a career, it makes a big difference how you're perceived. And the same way that maybe women are judged on looks a little more harshly, but I don't know. Seems to me it's pretty even nowadays. And so when you can have a product that is so easy for a guy, for any of us, especially it seems like men want something fast and easy on any kind of, whether it's hair care or whatever, you know, seems like they should be willing to try this. My husband tried it and saw improvements in his skin tone, and reduced lines under the eyes. And, you know, he'll go in now to visit a store or a restaurant where we've been going there for 30 years in this little neighborhood, and some of these same people that run it have known him and known us for 30 years. And they're saying, what are you doing, you know, to him? And so that's pretty good testimony.
Well, you know, as a guy, I was thinking that, you know, for as much time and effort my wife puts into her looking good, and she's doing it, I know she's doing it for me, because she tells me that. She says, I'm doing this for you. And I truly believe that. And initially I would just like comb my hair and I thought I was good to go, but
yeah.
That's just the way guys think. But, you know, really, I think if you should do it for your spouse, and also if you're dating. I mean, if you're single and you're dating, you want to look your best. So
yeah, makes a difference.
Now,
I did mine for
uses his spider veins, and they seem to help his leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I think people will know that if you take care of yourself, you know, you're going to take care of them, you know. Let me ask you all a question, because I never delved into it this deeply on this. I just use it and I like it, but so why would they sell these separately? What's the purpose of that? Would somebody like run out of it early because they're using more of it, or they just see the benefits of one over the other, or why would they want to buy separately?
Well, some people just don't want to invest for two of them right off the bat. But some people are used to using night creams, but they're not used to putting that kind of serum on their face in the morning, so they might want to try that. But I did notice when my husband and I were both using it, you know, that tends to go through your supply more quickly. And so I would try to stagger the purchase, you know, and go ahead and order this one now and then order that one in 2 weeks or something.
Yeah,
Right, that
another
makes
thing they have is they have the X Factor combo, which is the X Factor combo with the Joyum. And if you read what the features and benefits of the X Factor Plus, it does everything you need for your skin as well. So
Hand in hand.
Yep.
yeah.
Great product.
It is.
But aren't all of our products good?
Yes. Good point.
Yeah.
the
Well, I don't know if
best.
you guys have any questions on this, or somebody else wants to share another testimony. But I'd love to have any questions. You, Kelly, you have something?
Well, I'm just like you, Ron. I'm kind of anxious. I just got my Joyome, so I'm going to be taking some pictures and getting into it too, because I've seen so many people in our testimony group, just one after the other, just, oh my gosh, all kinds of things from, even people with like acne or really bad, that have had long-term scarring or things like that. It's really helping them. I mean, it's vanishing and they're clearing up. It's doing wonders. So, as we age, you got these weird age spots and that start popping up. And I'm like, I can't wait to try the Joyome because they talked about that. And I'm like, oh, that'll be gone. So,
Well, like Chris said, when she talked about pores, I noticed because I had some dark pores on my nose. I mean, it was prevalent all the time. And I would, I shouldn't be using it, but I always use alcohol because it's pretty harsh, but it would clean my face. But they would never go away. I mean, it was just cleaning it. But they've gone away just by using this here. I mean, you don't see them like they were. They were quite visible, and I was like, I thought they were normal, but that's not normal to have them.
well, that's what the doctor talks about. Our microbiome is not only what's going on inside of us, but also on our face is a whole nother microbiome of its own. And it's doing what our products do on the inside. This is doing from the outside in what our other stuff is doing from the inside out kind of deal. But yeah, maybe we should well, tagged, I saw those good little YouTube videos on that doctor. Maybe we'll pop them or tag them or, in the comments when we upload this video, maybe we can put that doctor in there so people can get the really, really good explanation of how it works.
Right.
Because she's fantastic at explaining it.
Yeah, we'll do that. And so if anybody wants to join in the Rock and Testimony group, which is it's a great group that we have. There's other testimonial groups that we have where whoever invited you to see this video can add you in there, and you can do a search for Joyum. You can do a search for X Factor Plus or whatever product that we have, and find for yourself the types of testimonies that people are getting from all the products, but specifically Joyum, you're going to see a lot of before and afters. And I'm excited about them. It's a new product, so it's very exciting for us because we kind of moved from not just being gut health, so now we're working toward making people look good on the outside as well.
Yep.
Kelly, oh, sorry, dogs are playing behind me. So Kelly, definitely take a picture. I know that I did take a picture of my age spot, but it took a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that I deleted it off of my pictures. But my age spot is so light. I seriously now have to turn my face in order to see it. It was just so the darker brown, but it stood out, just me facing on, but it's right here, and definitely.
They're like, whoa, what's up with that?
Yeah, it's amazing, I just
do that because that's just important. Like we say, get the pictures for the Joyome before and after. But just like we say with the weight loss, take the measurements because the pounds don't always tell the story.
Right.
The measure is so hugely important. So same thing here. Take those pictures. I took some and they came out weird, so I'm going to have my daughter take some.
I know. My camera takes terrible. My camera is horrible pictures. It's like sometimes they'll be great and I don't know what the difference is, and others it's like, what in the world? It was like my face, it stretches it. I don't know what it does.
I know one result that Jana had, which she I guess as she was always using one hand to use to put the Joyome on. She would always rub whatever she had left, she would just rub it on that other hand, And so she had, so it was just the top of her hand where she had rubbed whatever excess that she had.
It was different.
It looked different, and she would tell the kids, okay, tell me which hand it feels softer or smooth. And it was always it was always the Joyome. And she did it to me too. So I figured it out, and it was the product.
Wow.
So don't wash your hands. Just put it where you need it.
Waste it.
Right.
Don't waste it. Might as well use it. And
Yeah, I got brown spots on each hand, and I keep forgetting to do it consistently. And
oh, there you go. Now you know what to do with your excess.
well, no, I always have, but it was like I forget to do it daily. It was like, no, I just keep rubbing it in till I have no more left.
Yeah, and if you become an ambassador, or if you're just passionate about the products like we are, you're going to find out. And because I'm not joking, there's people like me, and I know you guys will find a way to open these bottles up to get the remnants out the bottom, because
Yes.
I've had some ladies say they use these little makeup spatula things to take out what they need off the bottom.
Yep.
I need to do that. I normally have my husband break in. I don't know what tool he used, but he literally broke in, and then I just stick it in a baggie. And I've seriously gotten like a week and a half extra out of what's still stuck on the bottle.
Yeah, who wants to throw it away,
Well, yeah. It was, a gal taught me that at the bank when I worked in Kansas. She would open it up, and I was like, what do you do? And because she had literally cut it in half, and we're talking like a month's worth of like hand or just body lotion. And she was getting like a month's worth extra out of it just by opening that up.
Wow.
And I never would have known. I always threw the darn things away. I was like, nope, I ain't getting no more. And I cut everything open now.
Yeah, that's the way we go.
Isn't that kitty?
Waste not, want not, right?
I know.
Well, guys, I tell you what, I'm going to try to keep us on track. I'm going to move over to our next one. But if you have to leave, just get the link for this video from whoever invited you. Well, first of all, I guess they would already have the link if they're watching it. So, but just continue watching, because we're going to go over to the opportunity of a lifetime, and these people here are going to help discuss that as well. But thank you all for talking about June.
That was rude.
Uh-oh.
So I don't think that's a very safe.
What's up, Kelly?
Hey. Oh,
Hey,
who's that?
it's Timothy Melton's Territorial Enterprises. What's going on?
Oh. He's a new ambassador. They got brave and got himself out on one of our calls, you guys.
There you go.
That's right. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Well, we're going to jump over to our next one.
Do you know how to mute it?
I can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Because then you can listen with the rest of what's going on. And if you got a question or something down the line, he'll open it up for you.
And we lost a few people, so hopefully they'll come back as well. But we're going to move over to our next one, which is the opportunity of a lifetime. And I wish I had something to show you for that. It's not really necessarily a product, but I'll tell you what happens to have this opportunity of a lifetime, or how it happens. And typically, I can say that for anyone who is interested in our products and who tries our products and uses the products consistently, you're gonna see some results from those products. all the things that we talk about, all the different testimonies that we share with you each and every day, you're going to find that those same results you're going to be experiencing as well.
Yep.
And then you're going to find that other people are going to be asking you, what are you doing? Just like we had talking about Joyome, where Kathy was saying they were asking her husband, what is he doing? You know, and so people will start noticing differences in your health and just the way you look. So just by that process of using the product, we just share. We share with other people just our passion for how well the products work for us. And all these products are not about like losing weight or just trying to look good. I want to say most of the testimonies that were moving towards me were the products where it's changed somebody's life to where they no longer had, they were no longer suffering from certain types of ailments, anxiety. They weren't suffering from things that are really diminishing their life, their quality of life. So those kind of things to me are the most important things, is when we can share those with people that we know they could benefit the same way. And so just by sharing our testimonies with other people, you're gonna quickly find that there's gonna be a easy, I say easy, but there's gonna be it's gonna be an easy way to earn extra income just by sharing. Just by sharing I mean, we're not telling anybody, we're not selling stuff, we're not delivering products. We're just sharing people our story about the products, and the products will practically sell themselves. I mean, we don't have to tell you like we have a quota that we need to sell a certain number of products. We're just going to share it with you, and then what happens is people will join, and they join for usually another reason, not just because they want to earn any income, but there's people who also join just because they want to initially save money. They want to buy the product at a lower cost. They want to be we call them wholesale ambassadors. So if somebody just joins because they want the best price. And so when my wife and I joined, she joined both of us because I wasn't really interested in doing anything, but she joined because we were frugal people. She wanted to find a way to get the products at the least cost possible. So by becoming an ambassador, we had to pay $34.95. And you found that with that little bit of money, not only did you join for the year, but they also gave you this tremendous back office, which is essentially like a store. It's your own personal website that you have, and you can name it whatever you want. Mine's Rod Garcia, but you can name it whatever you want. You know, the Pink Passionate Lady or whatever you want to call, and it's your website, and you can run it the way you want. And then they also offer all the tools in the back office for like doing reports and seeing what keeping up with your customers and other people that are join your team. You get a lot for $34.95. But the biggest thing is, and we call it opportunity of a lifetime, because you can make an income to where it could actually replace the income that you currently have. And my wife, who initially she didn't want to work. I mean, it wasn't her desire was to get a job. But when she found how people were asking about myself and with her, what are y'all doing? What are y'all taking? And she shared it with them. People were interested, and so they joined as well. And they joined. Your circle of friends are typically just like you. They're going to want to join because they want to save the money, or they might want to join because they see that you're having fun. Because our culture is a lot about having fun together, and Plexus people we just help each other out. The difference between Plexus and a lot of other companies is that we're not here to just help ourselves. We're here to help each other. just like all these ambassadors that are on this call here, they may not necessarily be directly under another person, where they were sponsored, but we have a culture where we like to help each other build their business. And so we share with them what we can. But it's been a tremendous, for our business itself has grown from just sharing to our circle of friends. And here it is 5 years later, we have about 18,000 people on the team. And I can't tell you how it happened. It's just a blessing, but it was a blessing because, we stuck with it and we shared as to as many people as we could. And people became passionate about the products. It wasn't because, that my wife or myself were like professional direct marketers. We didn't go to school for this. We're just regular people who wanted to earn extra income after we saw the potential of extra income. And we just carried it with our own passion of trying to help others. And in this business, you don't succeed in this business unless other people succeed. That's just the way it is. So that's the reason our team is so close knit, and we help each other out because we want them to succeed and they want you to succeed. And like I said, my wife did not want to work. She ended up seeing the potential. I didn't see the potential initially when she first joined. I thought, I was very skeptical. I was probably the most skeptical person, and I felt sorry for her. I'm like, she was putting all her energy into. Once she started earning a little bit of money, I thought, well, she's still putting a lot of time into it because she was talking to everybody she knew about it. Because she was very passionate about the products, and I kind of felt sorry, thinking, this poor girl, she's putting a lot of time and effort into it. But you know what? 5 years later, I've been retired for a year now. So
Yeah.
I've been retired because of Plexus. And when my wife started advancing through the ranks, and all it is just people sharing, and it keeps multiplying. And that's how you essentially rank up is just, you just have that growth of people sharing, people who are passionate. And so my wife, Jana, has risen to the top of the company, and that rank is diamond. And so we moved here about a little bit over 3 years ago. We moved from Oklahoma City down to the Dallas area. And sometimes people say, well, you just got in at the right time, or you got lucky, or whatever. But you know what? We moved here not knowing one single person in this area. And we just did exactly what we were doing back there, which was sharing with people that we just come across, talking with the teachers at the school, talking with the realtors and the insurance people, talking to our neighbors. And my wife has gone from starting over again, because and it's a little complicated, but when Plexus has a real one of the best compensation plans you'll ever find. And I encourage everyone to just do some research. Ask the ambassador that sent you here to send you a copy of that compensation plan. And what happened was she started from scratch again when we moved here, and she was able to move up to Senior Ruby. And so it wasn't a fluke that, we got in at the right time. She just did it again, and she's doing it again. And it's because we're staying consistent with our mission to help other people.
Yeah.
So it's
That's great.
yeah. But there's so much there's so much I want to share. The opportunity of a lifetime, it has changed people to where personally we know people that needed $200-300 a month just to maybe make some ends meet, or they just wanted that amount because they wanted to put the money aside for something that they were hoping to like to save for. maybe it was a vacation at the end, at the summertime. But some people wanted more. And so we've seen other people have retired from their traditional business as a teacher or just whatever the business, or as a nurse, and then, have done plexus now full time. And for myself, with the income that I was making, my wife started making almost 6 times my income.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And I was a senior engineer. I was a senior computer engineer, and so I mean it wasn't a bad income. But when you have a family of there's 6 people in the family, the money didn't go a long ways. Because obviously the school's expensive, and just raising a family is expensive.
Oh, yeah.
But it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing ever since, and so. We're doing all we can to help other people. And I think these people here can attest that, we have a great group of people that's going to do the same thing for you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and it's the opportunity of a lifetime. It truly is that, because I encourage everybody to go to, you can go to YouTube and look up Plexus Diamond documentaries. I believe they still have it there. Or maybe it's just on the Plexus website, but you can look at some of these videos.
Thank you, Jesus.
And you'll find out that these people have similar stories, just like you and me. They either struggled with their finances, or they just had regular income, and they were trying to find another way of creating some something else for a future nest egg. Because the one thing Jan and I had always wanted was, before Plexus, we always wanted to start our own business, but we didn't know how. And the things we did know, it would cost. There was a tremendous startup cost.
Yeah.
And for $34.95, we got a complete store. We got a back office, and I think you guys can talk about some of the other incentives, because Plexus offers all kinds of incentives, and their compensation plan. But it truly has turned from being just passionate about the products to being passionate about people, because you want other people to experience the same thing. You want them to experience the same with their health, and you want them to experience the same thing with the wealth, and that's been our mission. And a lot of people, I've the more you get into this, the more you see it, that other people within the Plexus culture will do anything for you. I mean, they're very helpful. And you feel like you're surrounded by some true friends. And so by joining, you're going to you might as well face it. If you join, you automatically have increased your friends a few thousand%. It's going to happen.
Nice.
And to me, that's the most important thing, is people. But I'll tell you what, I want you guys to tell us what you think about the opportunity of a lifetime, what it's done for you, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Well, I was going to mention that opportunity of a lifetime is usually $34.95, but right now we've got a sale on it till the end of the year. It's only $9.99, I think, isn't it? And way more affordable for people. And then if they're coming in with a welcome pack, they get it cheaper than we can't even get it as cheap as you're going to get it the first time that you buy it. So you're going to get a lot of great products when you first come in. And you've even got some time. If you can't afford your products right off the bat, and you can afford that $9.99, you've got 30 days to be able to take advantage of the big savings on the welcome packs. It varies between like $50 and $90 of savings on those welcome packs. So they're way worth it if you can get them when you start, because some of the variety in the welcome packs will give you a lot of opportunity to test out different Plexus products that are going to help you. And then for me, now Jana and Rod, well, Rod's wife Jana, you know, she became a diamond, but that's the beauty of Plexus too. They don't cap you at that diamond. You don't have to stop there making 400 and something $1,000 a year. You can re-enter yourself and make more. So that's one nice thing too. I have heard that in other companies, when you hit their highest ranks, that's all you can go, but not with Plexus. It's the sky's the limit, really. And for me, it's been supplementing my income, and it's been a great resource to where initially, yes, it paid for my products, but now it's starting to help pay bills too. So, and the sky's the limits for me as well. I'm going to keep going, and I feel good about sharing Plexus products more than I did working in my law office or something, because you can't guarantee that everything's going to be okay there. But I can, if people stay consistent and they drink their water and stay on their products, I can pretty much guarantee it's going to work for you. You know, it's worked for me, and I put my before and after up all the time, and I remind people, we're not just somebody in a magazine. You've watched me go through this journey. You know, my friends have seen the difference. People have watched, you know, you change from night and day, and they're going to see my Joyome results next. So, hey, that's what I got. You guys go ahead.
You know, thank you. And I just want to be clear. When I said I've been retired for about a year, what actually was happening at my job, and this was essentially what was. I wanted to share this part because I didn't want to forget. If you've ever been laid off, and you have that feeling of being laid off, you're like, okay, what am I going to do now? And you might have a little nest egg set aside, and then you know that nest egg is only going to last for so long. And years ago, I was a police officer, so I didn't really worry about getting laid off as a police officer. But I did move into computer consulting after retiring from that career. But I did essentially get laid off from that, and that was the worst feeling I ever had. I never experienced. I mean, for 9 months, we were going through that little nest egg that we had set aside, and I just knew that one day it may happen again. Well, what happened was at my job, which I left last November, there was always these rumors that they were going to do some more layoffs, and I thought I was with one of the more safer departments that would not lay off. But I knew that was just not true. It was going to happen. So I told my boss, I said, hey, if anybody needs to leave, make sure it's me, because financially I'm okay because of my wife's income. I mean, I said financially I'm okay. And me and my boss were like good friends, and he knew. And so it wasn't a month later. He said, Rod, we're going to have to let you go. Who smiles when they say that? I mean, when he told me that, I was smiling because I felt like, okay, good. At least it's me. It's not the people I cared for that I worked with. Mm-hmm. But I knew that I was going to be okay because we didn't have all our eggs in one basket like we did before. And so this has been a blessing. And so, you know, I always encourage people that you might, you know, some people say, well, I have a job and I can't do this, but all you need to do is share, you know, try the products. And if you love the products, you know, start sharing with people, and you can build a business. And hopefully we'll get you to the point where you don't, you know, if you do get laid off, you might have some income coming in where you're not going to be worried and concerned about how are you going to take care of your bills and your family. So anyway, I just want to make sure I share that part, because technically I didn't retire. They laid me off, but it was a welcome layoff with a severance, and I was happy.
Good. Good. But the blessing was you weren't worried about it, you know, that Jana, you know, between the both of you had built up such a nice business on $34.95. Was it worth the gamble at $34.95?
You know, for a person, I can go to Las Vegas, which we have with our Plexus conventions, and we've had a great time there. But Jana and I are so frugal, we wouldn't even spend $1 at a slot machine. you know, because we just wouldn't do that. But we spent $34.95 on a business that took off. So, I mean, what's the gamble? I mean, people always say, "Well, I can't afford it," you know. And if they would just, you know, weigh the differences of the money they spend unwisely, I think they could find $34.95 to join and give it a shot. And I think everybody here would lock arms with that person and help them build their business.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the other thing I really liked or found appealing. It's such a one Plexus community is not kidding. Everybody is there for each other. And I do like how we are all able to lock arms and, you know, you build friendships and it's been really a nice thing. And it's wonderful. You don't have that at a lot of jobs or, you know, I have not gotten up, you know, with my party light people at 6:15 in the morning ever. And especially not many days in a row like we do. You know, we get up, we encourage each other, we have team things that are fantastic. And I just think it's such, like I said, such a great community of people, and I can't complain.
Anybody else want to share anything? Tina? Chris?
Yeah, I wanted to say that it was for me the best $34.95 I've ever spent. I had no idea what I was getting into when I signed up for this. I had no idea of the camaraderie that I would find and people who have become true friends to me. I may not have ever met them face to face, but you know, our little video chats and such, but we do get to meet once a year or so at, you know, convention. But I also wanted to say about the back office, there are shareables back there in there that you can use to share the product. And there's training in the back office as well. And not only do we do training ourselves personally, but if you have spare time, you can go back and, you know, go through those training things yourself. And as far as being busy, I work a full-time job. I'm married. I have 4 children. I have 4 grandchildren. I have a home to run. I work 40 hours for some very demanding brothers that I work for. And I still find time to work this business as well because I can squeeze it in usually wherever I am. On my lunch break at work, I can do a little Plexus business, or if, you know, when I'm driving in my car, I can talk to a customer or someone who's interested in the product. And I also want to say one more thing. I have never sold one product. People come to me and ask me, what are you doing? Why, you know, why are you so healthy now? You weren't healthy 5 years ago. So I don't sell anything. And I'm not going to sell anything. I don't have that. I just don't do that. I just talk to people and tell them what the products have done for me. And I can't keep it in because I feel so good and I look so much better than I did. I just couldn't keep it to myself. And I've never ever sold anything before. I never sold, you know, anything else other than this. But
And you're a
I
lot
love
like
it.
Jana was very, I mean, my wife is very shy. And
Me too.
she didn't sell anything, but she did share people. I mean, like I said, the passion comes from the results, and she would just share with people what was happening with us, and just from that, I mean, she just had a desire to talk to people about Plexus, and then talk to them about the products, and then talk to them about the opportunity as things were building. And if you talk to her now, you would be amazed that she's still shy in a lot of ways, but she's grown into a person who's a great leader. I think she's a great leader because she became very knowledgeable about the products, became knowledgeable about the industry that we're in, and she's passionate. She's passionate about people, And I see it every day. I mean, my wife will talk to people all day long, and she's helping people. I mean, she's really helping people. But it's just a matter of if you have a desire to have your own business, uh, this is really the easiest way to do it because you're not having to invest a lot of money
Right.
up front. And it's just a matter of you talking to some people say, well, I'm too shy, or, you can share with people. There's a lot of people at the top that are shy, but if you talk to people and just share with them what the products have done for you, you can build a business just off of that.
Right. I'm very shy. I don't I don't like to talk in front of people, but when you believe in something and you know it works, it's very easy to talk about it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It made it easy for me too. And, even before I really had a story, I had so many other stories that I was seeing, it helped people. So I
Right.
hear those until I had my own story. I've got my own
Mhm.
story, weight loss wise, and before you know it, I'll have it financially even better too.
That's right.
it's it is something, that residual income. It's going to be hard work, like anything, any business building. It's going to take several years, but not hardly any of them are going to cost you 9.95 or 34.95.
Right.
Startup, a lot of them you've got to have, like Rod said, that big startup capital to even get in. I went to one real estate like flip thing, and they're like, yeah, this is free today, but for the real stuff it was like $1,139, and I'm like, well, that's 1,139 reasons for me to not do this. So and you don't have any stock either. We don't have to carry any products. Everything gets sent right to our customers, so that's a really nice thing too. We don't have to. um I've got a girlfriend of mine that does another company, but oh my gosh, she's just got product everywhere, but she had to pay for
Right.
product
Yeah.
and so much. I mean, gosh, how long does it take to expire some of that stuff? And then you're out of that money. What do
Right.
bad for her about that. And we don't have that problem, do we? We don't we don't
Well,
have to carry.
the thing that I enjoy the most about it is, somebody could join our team or join Plexus, and you can take baby steps into building your business, or you
Mhm.
could run with it and do all
Right.
that your dream could come true if you really just if that's all you want to do. But the nice thing about, like we talked about, our culture is you spend that $34.95 to join, and the support that you get, I think, is unlike anywhere else.
Yeah.
What other business can you get into where somebody's going to show you step by step how to build your business? It doesn't happen. Nobody has that kind of time,
Mhm.
but in our business, we do. We have that time because we want to see people succeed.
Yeah, and they make it. And everybody, my experience has been is anytime I've ever asked for help, sidelines, uplines, anybody, I've always
Mhm.
gotten it. And I know that'll continue. That's just the way we are, and it's a great culture. And we're on Morgan Stanley too, right? You guys have that, where Morgan Stanley recognizes us. They've got what other perks? I know they're fastly one of the fastest growing companies in Arizona right now, several years in a row. They just keep climbing. That's where our main headquarters is. And then we're branching out too. We're in New Zealand, Australia, Canada, United States. So they're going to keep going. And
Right.
there's, it's looking up. And I thought too, if, maybe this is almost like a future retirement plan for me too, because I learned from my car accident and being disabled or getting put on disability that that's not a lot of cash when they're going to have us retire and what have you. So this to me is almost another retirement
And you know,
plan.
the nice thing I think about that, you know, just think about what you said about all those different countries and stuff. But a lot of people might think, well, I live in a remote area where I don't have a lot of people around me that I can't do this. But the beauty of our business is we do majority of what we can do is on social media.
Yeah.
So, you know, like our teams is scattered throughout the country. I think the largest part of our team is like around the New York area, on the East Coast. We're in Texas. We didn't even have anybody in New York area, as well as I want to say Michigan. But those two areas have grown just because somebody we knew somebody in Michigan or knew somebody in New York, and that's how the team expanded. So if you really want to say I don't have a circle of friends, your friends have friends, and that's how the business is shared. You know, just through a network of people. Uh, so there was a small town when we first joined. There was a small town in Ardmore, Oklahoma, which is a really really small town. And one of the perks of Plexus is when you get to Emerald rank, you get a Lexus. And so this one little town in Ardmore, Oklahoma, I want to say there's like a dozen Lexus drivers. And this is a little bitty town, and it's because everybody in the town is not on Plexus, but everybody in that town knows somebody who knows somebody, and then their team is like all over the place. So you're not limited to just where you're at. If you're thinking, well, I live in a small farming community, it doesn't matter. Um, it could grow tremendously.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and internationally too. Internationally.
Exactly.
I
It's
just
where we're at.
somebody from New Zealand, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to chat with that person because just takes one, to
Yeah.
start a
Right.
fire. So
We have team members. We have team members in Canada. We have team members in Australia that I'm aware of. So it can happen. So you can build a business from anywhere. And then the perks, just I'll briefly go over some of them. We talked about the Lexus. You get the Lexus when you hit an Emerald rank. Another big plus is when you get to Emerald rank is you get to go to Maui, and Plexus sends all their emeralds and above, emeralds, sapphires, and diamonds to Maui every year. And then they also draw from, when you get to Emerald, you draw from an Emerald pool of money, which is collectively from, we do like profit sharing, and that's a profit sharing pool that's only for the Emerald rank. And then when you get to Sapphire, there's a Sapphire rank, and you draw from the Emerald rank and the Sapphire rank. And so when you get to Diamond, you're drawing from all three, the Emerald, the Sapphire, and the Diamond pool. And so that's just one of the other perks that you get for as you rank up. But
it gets very lucrative as you go up, and they don't. I think that's what I like about Plexus. It doesn't drop things; it just keeps adding them on.
It does.
It's not just the Emerald. You don't lose that one and go to the Sapphire. You get both the Emerald and the Sapphire, and it just keeps building. And
I think the biggest thing though for a lot of people, if they would look at the income chart, they would see that even at a silver level, excuse me, at silver, gold, or senior gold, you're making a lot of extra money per year. I mean, you can make especially some good extra money, to where most people, when they join, they say, well, I just want to make $400 or $500 a month extra. And you could easily do that if you're consistent about sharing the products and willing to start talking to people about it.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So it sure can happen fast. I mean, the chain reaction. Well, it does take time, like anything, but some people have just, knocked it out of the park and done it very, very quickly. You may have had folks. I know there are some folks that were already in uh, network marketing that had like 20,000 followers or something crazy. So it was kind of easy for them to transition. But we just got to work at it, and we can work at it together. And
Yeah.
obviously, if
Right.
Jan can do it, we can do it. It can be done. Everybody, it can be done.
Well,
So
the thing I want to before we close out, I just want to say that Plexus is still a fairly new company if you compare it to the other companies that are out there that are network companies. It's still fairly new. I think our advantage is the products that we have are superior because of Plexus doesn't come out with a product unless it meets a certain criteria, and if you stuck with us for the last 12 days, you're going to find out a lot of our, I would say probably all the products are um, natural ingredients, and they're non-GMO, they're vegetarian. I mean, the list goes on to where they're using the best ingredients possible to make these products.
mm-hmm.
So just with that, I mean, Plexus has so much more growth that we could have. I mean, like I said, I think we barely touched the market with health and beauty as we are in that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm excited. I'm excited for the company. The company has only recently expanded their warehouse because of the growth that we're having, and they're expecting more in the future. So I'm really excited about getting to help as many people as we possibly can to build their own business.
Yeah. Because, well, then when you become a diamond, you get a better Lexus, right? Is that they give you more toward
There's different models of Lexuses that I guess Lexuses is the plural. There's different models of Lexus, and as you rank up, you're given a different choice of Lexus vehicles. Essentially, an Emerald gets an Emerald, or even a Sapphire, they get a white Lexus, and I can't tell you how many there are, maybe 5 different models. And then when you get to Diamond, it's a black. If you get to Diamond, it's a black. You get the black models, and it range from the sports car like my wife has, to a convertible, to a huge SUV. But they recently changed it to where now you can also get, you can just get the money and if your desire is to have the best Ford pickup, you can get the money. You don't have to drive a Lexus. You could use that money toward getting the vehicle of your choice. So that's a big plus. I mean, to me, there's people have different choices and different desires of what they consider, comfort. So that's a big change that they did recently.
Oh, that's right. So you could pretty much pick the vehicle of your choice up to a certain amount of money, I guess. And
Yeah, there was a gentleman that I know who his wife ranked up to, I believe she ranked up to Diamond, and so instead of her getting another Lexus, she turned around and bought him a truck and used that money, the money that she gets from the Diamond, to buy him a truck. So he was a happy camper.
Oh yeah, I'll bet. Brand spanking new truck. Oh yeah. Good stuff.
But hey,
To put the comp plan in the comments too, or something like that.
Let me write that down, because I need to put the doctor. We're gonna show the doctor who did the Joyome.
Yep, and then the comp plan, and then maybe the comp chart. I know we've got some good videos on the comp plan, and then that one comp chart really helps too. We talked about some of the ranks, the silver, the gold, and
Yep.
the people that have watched the video, they could see right on there what we're talking about and how much, the average income for those are.
Yeah. Well, guys, I want to thank you for tonight. Actually, thank you for the last 12 days. It's been wonderful talking about the different products and talking about the just listening to the testimonies of all the different products that people have shared with us. It's amazing the differences that Plexus products have done for a lot of people, and I'm excited to share these videos with other people so we can further spread the joy and the opportunity of a lifetime. But I'd like to thank everybody here for participating, for helping, and I want to wish every one of you guys a Merry Christmas, and we'll see y'all soon.
Very good. Happy holidays.
Thanks. Thank you.